Okay, John, let's see if we can make this short and sweet. Over here, what's Mark been up to lately? Part 2. I used to do the news. Steve Fergula loved that. But anyway, what's Mark been up to lately? Well, the other video was the old digital reference Roland, right? All the problems you have with getting sounds off of it in order to mix them down. It's old technology. It sounds really good. Can use it. I'm going to use it for rehearsal and stuff like that, but I don't have any plans on using it for anything other than that. I don't know, maybe I'll figure out how to bus it or something into something else later in another environment. But anyway, what's going on now is this. Now this is cool. No more problems. Workflow solved. What we got is, here's that focus right now. And today I have it, I'm using it, I got it plugged in. And I'm just really setting everything up. So I'm wrapping my mind around it all. There's the focus right, 7 channels in. And of course, phone's out, monitor's right there. I just realized my monitor isn't plugged in. It's here somewhere. Here we go. So monitor 1 out. There we go. So that's plugged in. But anyways, what I got here is running in channels 1 and 2, which are on the front. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are on the back. The FireWire's on the back. FireWire plugs straight into the mini Mac here, or the MacBook. Right there's the fire port, the black one on the left. There you go. And then on the right, I got another monitor hooked up. So to give me more visual canvas space for recording and editing. So right here is the input mixer. This is how it's broken down. When you think about just like a regular mixing board, and on a big console with everything compact, well, this is more like you've torn that apart and put it into different components. So right here is the front end, so to speak. That's the input panel, and so all my lines in for the Focusrite are right there. Now there's the main gains right there, of course, and you can turn on and off phantom power, etc., like that for your input. But that's just interface for your input source. And then we get to the software here, to where, you know, given what your gain is set on the main unit up here, you can tweak the gain. Now, the gain up here is pretty much performing somewhat like digital compression, because you're only letting a certain signal in at this point. This is your input. So whatever you balance your signals at here are going to be essentially what's bused to the recording software, or the DAW, which is Logic Pro. And that's the recording component. And that's what I have over here on this screen here. So right here's the recording software right there. And so I'm just been plugging around with that, figuring out this interface. It's an Apple interface, and it's intuitive, but there's a few things about it that you know, just using it for like an hour now, it's a little quirky, but I'll figure it out. There's a few things I need to Google and whatnot, but it is by far off the hook. Just starting out with it and looking at what I got to work with here, it's by far way off the hook of anything I've used previously. So that being said, what I did was, just to goof around and get the settings right, first I had to learn how to bus the input channels to the recording channels in the Logic, and these are both programs opened up on the desktop of the Mac. Right there's the mixer. See if I can get it to focus. Right there, the little gray one's the mixer, MIDI controller, etc., and so on. And then right there in the middle, the one that looks like it has a disc on it, that right there is Logic. And so both of those applications are open. I just have the one application interface here and the other one over in the other window split. So that's how that's working, pretty simple. And so yeah, I plugged in the synthesizer into channels 1 and 2 just to get a signal running in. No drums yet. I just am really figuring out the systems and how well they're going to work. And so far, I'm like, this is cool. So I plugged out some bass for you. You're playing some bass guitar. So what I did was, and I hope you can hear me too, what I did was set up a track here. I'm not going to get into any kind of like tutorial or anything like you can find online of how to use Pro Logic or something like that. I'm just like, you know, showing you what I'm doing here and how I'm figuring that out as I go along. And it's so far it's pretty cool. I do need to get me a mouse though, because I'm using the pad right now. It's a bit somewhat awkward trying to find the mouse sometimes. There we go. But anyways, other than that, you know, the interface is intuitive as anything. And I plugged out some bass guitar here a little bit and some other sounds on the synthesizer. So let's just make it short and sweet. Give you a listen to something here. Pretty cool. I'm going to start having fun now. This workspace is off the hook for me now. It's kind of like sitting behind my computer upstairs, and my computer is like my second brain, and I can really, now that I got this set up the way I can work with the computer, I'm going to really buzz along now. This is going to be fun. This is going to be real fun.